Hello, Baron Deschauer of barondeschauer.com. This will be my last vlog for 2016, and thank you all who have watched up until now. Basically, all I'm doing is giving you a quick feedback of what I've done in 2016, what I see doing going forward in 2017, what I've learned, and what I'll try to avoid. So 2016 represented the beginning of the publishing of my books. While I've been writing in last year, it took until the early parts of 2016. And so I published Revelation, Faust, Art of Wealth. Then I did the beginning of my Man on the Run series, starting with Volume 3, Conspiracy, and then 4, Chaos, 5, Slaves of Circumstance. I could say that one of the most important things I learned in 2016, that if you're going to start a series, not to start with Volume 3. While it might work for Star Wars, it doesn't work for me. And I find that a lot of people are not interested in reading the series until they can start with number 1. So I've had to go back and write Volume 1 and 2, which I have, and they should be published in 2017, hopefully March, April. Then I'll start the usual plan for a series where you give the first away for free and hopefully people buy the others. And that's really the plan for 2017, to create a marketing campaign and to focus on the more important books as far as I'm concerned, things like Concentration Camps of Canada that will be published early 2017 and deals with the residential schools. So that becomes my next phase as an author and as a person, to hopefully try to assist and educate. And that's it. What will people want to know? What can I tell you? I'm a neophyte in this whole game. I've only been a few months on the scene in terms of social media. I get a lot of things wrong, and my problem is I'm not sure if I should care or not. They say that there aren't any real sales from Twitter or Facebook, although they're now saying Facebook ads do help. I'm not set up for any of that stuff. I'm monitoring in the back of my head. What else have I learned? Emails. Apparently I'm supposed to collect emails. Also, I don't care so much. I think I should be. Actually, the whole problem comes down to the fact that writing for me is enjoyable, and I never went into it as a financial enterprise. And I think the objective for me is to write something that people will want to read, and that I will also want to write. And if the definition of a good book is one that people want to read, then I want to write good books. And each person has their own genre. I seem to be more along the lines of historical fiction and political thrillers. I like spiritualism and some business books. So 2017 will probably mark the return of me into business of some form, either with these hyper greenhouses, green energy, creative financing, and of course continuing on with my writing. As long as I manage to carve out 2 to 4 hours a day for the actual writing and creative process, and increasingly marketing. Marketing will be my primary focus if I intend to play this game. Otherwise, these really become pure vanity projects, and I was hoping at least that they would have some kind of impact on people. Otherwise, there's no sense in me publishing. What else is there? I think that's it, really. The world looks scary and dire politically. I would suggest it doesn't make that much difference. There's always some crisis on the horizon. We're always in the midst of some crisis. It depends how it's framed by the politicians, by the media, and which media you happen to follow. The same event handled by two different media that decides one's a triumph and one's a tragedy. What we have to do is to begin to establish and identify with our own selves so that we actually are able to know what actually matters to me, what excites me, what interests me. And in that process, finding out who we are. And through finding out who we are, we'll be able to find stuff that actually gives us satisfaction, or even better, happiness. And that is my objective. And hopefully you will find some pleasure and insight through my writings, if not my vlogs, although I do feel that these things are rambling at times. I think that's it. I'd like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and may the future be what you make it.